Old Alabama Gardener. In this video, I'm talking about worm or weevil damage to your black-eyed peas and how to store them. Folks, I'm going to make this my last video, probably for this year, on growing black-eyed peas. And on this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about the choice of dealing with some worm or weevil damage or the use of strong poisons to control worm or weevil damage. Now this happens during the time when the peas are growing. There's a little insect that gets on them and lays eggs and eats into the peas and causes damage. But once you have harvested your black-eyed peas, you're not through yet in dealing with the weevils, because they can still develop even though you have the peas shelled and stored in a bag like I'm showing you here. If you set this bag of peas on a shelf or in a closet somewhere and leave them alone for a few months, you're going to find little weevils in there. And that's because an egg has been laid, which would be on the peas, and it takes a little while for the weevil to hatch. But they're there, and they will hatch and be in your peas. So what I'm going to show you in this video is what I do to stop that weevil damage when the peas are in storage. Now you have basically two choices. You can spray with strong poisons to try to control the weevils, or to control the insect that lays the egg that produces the weevils, or you can deal with a little bit of weevil damage, take out the ones that you find that are bad, and go on. So here I am, this is working on the last 5-gallon bucket of dry black-eyed peas. We got worm damage right there. So what's the point? If you don't want to have worm damage at all, here's the pea that was inside it, and you can see some damage right there. If you don't want to have worm damage at all, then you absolutely must spray your black-eyed peas heavy. And when I say heavy, I mean every week with a poison such as 7 now here's another one's got worm damage. Okay, you watch when I try to push it. See, it's got a hole in it. It's got worm damage. But I can deal with the worm damage. See how it falls apart? I can deal with the worm damage more so than I can deal with the poison on my crops. I don't spray my crops with strong poisons. It's not good for my body. It's not good for my health. All right, here's another one. So we got some worm damage right there, and we got some worm damage down there. But again, let me get that pea out of there. Okay, so there's the pea that was in there. It's got worm damage on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can remove that pea and throw it in the trash. If it had poisons on it, I couldn't remove the poisons. So that's what we're talking about. What do you want to put in your body in the way of healthy food? If you go to the store and you buy black-eyed peas and they're all nice and white and no defects, no worm damage, then you can be sure that they have been sprayed heavily with poisons. Now I'm going to use this plastic colander here. It's got pretty good sized holes in it, up here at the top especially, up in this area. So I'm going to use this like a sieve to sift my black-eyed peas, and that'll remove a lot of the trash. And you'll see as we get through here in a minute, you'll see how much trash actually does come out. Now this doesn't remove any of the bad peas, of course, but I'll show you in a moment how we do that. Here we see the amount of trash that I sifted out of that relatively small amount of black-eyed peas. Now after you get through shelling all your peas, then I put them out here. This is called a sheet pan. And I'll start looking through them. And I'm looking for peas like this one that show some worm damage right there. So we're going to take those out. And we'll rake them over, turn them over a number of times. I'll leave them sitting here for a few days. And as I come by and take a look at it, we'll just reach in there and get these bad looking peas out. It doesn't bother me about peas having worm damage. Okay, now there's one. Got some worm damage right there on the end. Take it out. Now I'm going to bag them up. Mark the bag, of course. Bag them up and get ready to take the next step. Now we've got our black-eyed peas. We spent all that time during the summer growing them, picking them, shelling them, cleaning them. So now the next step is don't set them on the shelf or in your closet or wherever you store your food. If you do, they're going to develop weevils in them. Right now, this bag goes, and many other bags that I have shelled and processed, this bag goes into the freezer. And it must be frozen. It's not going to hurt the peas. It must be frozen for at least, I'd say at least a week. I will leave it in there probably a month so that it will kill the egg that's in the peas that's going to hatch and produce the weevil for you. Freeze them. Put them in the freezer. At least 2 weeks. I like to go a month. This completes my videos for this year on growing, harvesting, storing black-eyed peas. But at the end of this video, I have put up 4 other thumbnails of my videos on how I planted them, harvested them, did a little bit of cooking with them, and what have you. So once you get to the end of this video, you'll see those 4 thumbnails, and all you gotta do is click on any one of them to watch it. So I encourage you to do so. And then we'll see you next time on whatever other videos that I'm going to be making.